Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Goaline, and today we have a special interview with a special guest. You here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you ready to get started?
Let's go, man.
All right. So the first question we have is just a question we ask everyone. It's just a fun question. Is what's your favorite restaurant?
Ooh, man. Favorite restaurant? I'm a Chipotle guy, man. I think that's probably my restaurant. I don't know if that's what you meant. I don't know if you wanted something fancier, but I'm a big Chipotle guy.
No, that's all good. Well, we have a place like Chipotle down here. It's called Diablo's. That's what we like to eat. It's real good.
Okay. I just had Mexican night tonight, man. A little Taco Tuesday at the house. So fixed up some tacos at the crib, bro.
Yeah. All right. So the next question is another little fun question. Is who is your favorite crew member to work with? Like the people you work with on the set. Who's your favorite just to talk to and just be with while you're recording?
Man, it really is a tough question because everybody that I work with at the SEC Network is really good, man. Everybody's very talented. It's a bunch of great folks that kind of come together for a common goal of putting together great shows, and I'm honored to work with all of them. But I'd have to say, you know, the crew on Saturday nights, we have such a fun time with me and Dari Noka and Gene Chizik. Hopefully that chemistry comes across over the air because we genuinely love hanging out with each other, watching games all day long and talking about them on the air.
Yeah, we all love watching that. It's very fun to watch, y'all breaking down the games and everything like that. So, next question we want to ask is the last kind of fun question that doesn't really have to do with, you know, your job and everything is, how has college football changed from when you played to now? Like, how has the game kind of changed?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of ways. You know, first off, I think back in my day, everybody would come in, they'd expect to get red-shirted, and the majority of the guys would stay for 4 more years after that. So, you were in college for 5 years. I think the product was better because you had guys that were more physically and emotionally mature playing. Everybody didn't use college as a stepping stone to get to the NFL. I mean, everybody wanted to go to the NFL, but it wasn't a matter of, hey, I'm just going here for 3 years and I'm going to move on to the NFL. I think a lot of people were more invested in the college experience. As far as on the field, you know, the RPO game, the spread option offenses, a lot more quarterback run involved these days. So it's schematically changed considerably. But you know, I think the biggest thing is just the lack of real appreciation, I think, for what it means to play college football. There's not a ton of people getting an opportunity to do that, and I think sometimes that's lost on folks that are trying to look ahead to get to the NFL too quickly.
Yeah, it seemed like the players were a lot tougher back then. There was a lot more hard hits and a lot of things like that.
Well, they changed the rules considerably, too, in terms of trying to protect the players. You know, what used to be on the highlight videos were blow-up shots and guys headhunting, and now those things are all penalties and people are getting ejected for it. So I'm very thankful that they've changed the rules and adjusted things to make it a little bit more safe for people. It's a great game. I hope they continue to make it safer so that it can stay around for a lot longer in the future.
Yeah, I agree. So the next question we want to ask you is, we know that you were a star receiver at Florida. And so what made you want to join ESPN and become an analyst after your career at Florida and in the NFL?
Well, my favorite player growing up was Chris Collinsworth, who played at the University of Florida when I was a kid, lived growing up here in Gainesville, and then played for the Cincinnati Bengals. So he was the guy I kind of patterned my play after, always wanted to be just like, and kind of followed in his footsteps, both playing at Florida and then having a chance to play in the NFL. I was briefly in Cincinnati during my 9-year career, and I think one of the things I saw from him, he got into broadcasting after he got done, and it kind of always made sense to me that was the next best thing to play in. I thought coaching was something I might want to get into, but the hours that it requires to be a coach is just not congruent with having a family life. And so for me, you know, since I can't play anymore, I think staying involved with the broadcasting side of things is the next best thing.
Yeah, so a few more questions left. The next one I want to ask you is, what is the environment like on set? Like, you know, in the room, y'all all recording, what is it like in there?
Yeah, I think Saturdays are probably the most fun because as I was saying a minute ago, we just have such a great time watching games. And Coach Chizik and I get there at noon when the games are kicking off. We have a triple header on the SEC Network, so we'll get there at noon. Our first hit comes at halftime of the first game, so we'll do halftime. Then we'll do post-game, and then we'll get you ready for the second game, and then do halftime of that, and then the wrap of the second half or the second game, and then we'll go into the third game halftime, and at the end of the night, we'll do the 1 hour rap show that we do. So we're there from noon until probably sometimes like 12:31 in the morning, depending on what time the last game finishes. It's a long day, but really it's like just like you, man, probably watching games with your buddies, and we get to talk about them and get paid to do it, which is a great bonus.
Yeah, that's what. So that kind of leads into the next question, because me and Ethan, he's the other person that runs this page with me. Our dreams are to be in the same exact position you are, being, college football analyst, be able to talk football, do what you love to do. And so I wanted to ask you if you could give us some advice on how to become an analyst and just to get to where you are, the position you're at.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a very competitive business these days. A lot of former players transition from their playing days into their post-playing days by doing television and radio. So there's always a new group of guys coming in. I think you just got to figure out what your niche is. Most of the time, to be an analyst, you either have to have played or coached to have the credentials and the resume for people to kind of take you seriously. So, if you're going to play, I think that's great. Otherwise, you might have to be in the role of a play-by-play or a host, kind of like what Dari or Peter Burns does.
Yeah. Yeah, we started this page just not for like the viewers and the followers, just to do something we love. We are trying to grow it as well, but it's just what we love doing. We just love talking about football and just things like that.
That's the most important thing. Whether you end up doing this for your career, you do something else, find something you love to do and something that you enjoy putting work into, because anything you got to be successful at is going to take a lot of time and work and perseverance and dedication. So, I encourage you to find something you love and hammer it, and it definitely won't seem like it's work. And I think people sense that. I think people sense watching our show that we have a fun time, that we enjoy each other, and that authenticity comes through the screen. And I hope that people have as fun a time watching us as we have, fun making those shows on set.
Yeah, we all love watching it. But
thank you, man.
Thank you so much for being on here. We really appreciate you coming on and doing this interview. And I hope you have a great night tonight. And just thank you for everything.
No problem, man. Look forward to following you guys, and I look forward to being on with you again and later in the season sometime.
All right, thank you. Goodbye.
All right, man.